A fire broke out at the famed RK Studios. According to reports, at least 6 fire tenders and water tankers rushed to the spot. This broke out in hall number 1 of the studio in Chembur, and some reports that one of the halls has collapsed. So you can see right now that fire is more or less out. You can see a lot of smoke emerging, but you can see those visuals from earlier and how big this fire was. NDTV's Richa Lakhera joins us on the phone line for more. Richa, tell us about RK Studios. Fortunately, the reports say no one has been injured. Tell us more about what we know so far.
Yes, fortunately, no one has been injured. There have been no casualties. Essentially, this is the RK Studio. We all know it's a very iconic studio. It's in Mumbai's Chembur area. And at around 2:30, they got a call from the studio that the fire had broken out on the ground floor, and then we had 6 fire tenders rushing in, and I think around 5 water tankers had gone to the spot and all. Now, this is a very iconic studio. It's one of the oldest one. Post-independence, around 1948, it was established, and it was being started by Bollywood legend Mr. Raj Kapoor. And you had, the first movie it was produced by RK Studio was Aag. So it goes way back, and it's actually the place where the biggest of the films were really made. So yes, I mean, it was a bit of a shock, when this whole thing was reported in the morning at around 2:30. But thankfully, nothing really happened here in the sense, no casualties and injuries have been reported yet. It was just an electrical fire, apparently, which had, because these are old studios, we have to remember that. And probably there was, of course, we still need to know exactly what was the reason. But apparently that was the reason that there was a bit of a safety issue, or a bit of a issue with the electrical wires and all on the ground floor. That's why the whole thing had happened.
Right, Richard. And was any film being shot here?
No, apparently nothing was being shot here. That was one. That's actually one big relief. Nothing was really being shot here. Work was going on because the Kapoors wanted to sort of rehabilitate the whole place, and the fire was confined to the electrical wiring, the electrical installation, decoration equipment, etc., which was kept there. Essentially, nothing was really, no shooting was happening. That's really a good thing, because there are other studios which have really come up, and they are more on other days, perhaps at this time, maybe last year, there would have been something happening, but then the Kapoors had decided to sort of renovate the whole place, and work was happening. So which is a big relief, and that's why really no injuries and casualties have been reported yet.